folks, welcome to the live stream. My name's Dan, this is Tweet FEV, and I literally just woke up. Went to bed way too late last night. I was busy working on rebuilding some race quads, and the kids out of the house, so there's nothing to wake me up. So here I am. So good morning, everyone. Hope everybody's doing well today. I gotta turn down this. All right, there we go. Too much my own voice back in my own head. Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to the live stream. Hopefully this isn't as much of a complete as I'm thinking it's going to be. But hey, you know, always got to try something new. There we go. Get a little bit of music going in the background. So everyone, wow, it looks nice out. I hope you guys are having a good weekend. Hopefully it's nice where you're at and you get a chance to get out and go fly this week or this weekend. Eric Allen, how you doing this morning? Athix, welcome, my friend. And Drone Pilot, hey Tweet, happy Easter to you. That's right, happy Easter. Happy Easter to everyone. Hopefully you guys are having a good time with your families during the holidays. Sorry if I'm making a bunch of noise here. I'm moving stuff around. Happy Easter to all of you. I should change this to Easter stream. Hang on a second. Easter stream. There we go. There we go. I'll change the name on that. Oh man. So, anyways, have a bunch of new patrons recently. So, welcome to the Patreon. John Pearson, welcome. Chemtrail Pilot, welcome as well. Scott Walker, welcome. Oh boy, I'm gonna butcher this one. Message with juice. I'm sure that's completely wrong. Welcome. Sorry about butchering your name. And Elias, welcome. Toxic FPV, thank you so much for becoming a Patreon. And Benjamin, thank you. And Speedy Turtle, he bumped up his pledge. Thank you so much. So we're going to go ahead and put these guys on the list up in the top here. So, John Pearson. All right, John Pearson. See if everybody's OCD can kick in when I mess up the commas and whatnot. Chemtrail Pilot, Scott Walker. What's your name? Put you on there too. Elias. Toxic FPV, who's over in my Discord a lot. He's a pretty good contributor over there. And Benjamin. There we go. And that should update the little running ticker up there at the top. All right. Oh man, I am in need of some coffee. Big time. Need a coffee. Yes, I do. Oh, you have no idea. Optimized Drone, welcome. How you doing? Doing good. Just woke up. Yeah, Athix, JB shouted me out. Yeah, his new product roundup he did on Friday. He talked about my FPV radio grips. Not really a new product, but hey, it's nice to get the shout out too. It was like a 9-minute plug for him. That was awesome. So really happy about that. Zach, welcome. How you doing, man? JFPV, welcome to the live stream. Nazem, how you doing, man? Whitey, how you doing? Rob Logan, good morning. Glad you could make it. Glad I could make it. I literally woke up, looked at my phone. I was like, why does it say 10:01? Oh shit. I got stuff to do. JTS Drone, how you doing? Yarbs, welcome. Haven't seen you in a while. It's darts. It looks like Dan just woke up, and you would be 100% correct. I just woke up. What do we have going on this morning? We got a little bit of a mailbag type thing going on. Gonna go ahead and power up this this transplant build, make sure that thing's working, and you know, we'll see where the day takes us. Definitely plan on doing a super chat giveaway. Just haven't really figured out what I'm going to do yet. I've got a whole box of stuff that maybe I'll go pick through and see what you guys think. Rob Logan, quit your coffee, bro. I feel bad for you waking up, jumping right on here. We're not that important. No, but I have standards. I have self-imposed timing that I have to deal with. It's a thing in my head. Speedy Turtle, how you doing this morning, buddy? Welcome. Speedy Turtle did a giveaway for a fully built quad from House FPV and on his Patreon. Before he spun the thing, he's like a couple days before, he's like, hey man, you should bump up your patron level. I thought I was at the $5 level, but I wasn't. So went ahead and threw the $5 on there, and I guess I won a quad. I'm 100% sure that I'm gonna get it. Look it over. I want to see how other people build quads, because I've only built and dealt with my own built quads or factory built quads. I want to see how other people build quads, and then definitely gonna give it back to y'all back there. T-Bird, good morning. How you doing? Got to fly yesterday. I have an Orca battery, and it has balancing plug barrel connector. How do I charge it? Can I make an XT60 to barrel plug adapter to charge it? Yeah. So that's one of the things I really didn't like about Orcas, is they sent you this. You know what? I'll just go grab it. Hang on one second. They send you this thing. They send you this. It's a sleek looking battery pack. It's kind of cool. It's got two 18500s in it, so it's a little on the small side. Normal barrel connector, kind of like a Fat Shark, and this removable balance plug, but they don't send you any way to interface this with anything. They're kind of assuming that your charger will charge solely off the balance lead. So yes, what you have to do is you have to find the female end of this barrel connector and an XT60 or whatever your charger uses, and hook that up to charge the pack. It's a decent little pack. I don't use it anymore. I prefer to use the 3000 milliamp 2S goggle pack that GMB makes. The battery life is just very, very short on these, especially when you start using the FPV Connect system. It just sucks up even more juice. Speedy Turtle, yeah, you made it at the beginning, man. How you doing? Drone Pilot, hey, I'm printing the Dave C carbon fiber in carbon fiber nylon. I have a nylon version that will never break, and have a PLA version that's rigid. And now this carbon nylon is rigid, unbreakable printing, but it's printing. Yeah, I used to print a lot in Nylon X. I assume that's probably what you're using. It's about the only carbon fiber infused nylon material I know of. Gotta have a pretty decent printer for that, a hardened nozzle, and I bought a sheet of Garolite from Granger, just a thin sheet of Garolite, and that stuff sticks like magnets to the nylon. That's the way to go. Actually, you got to put glue stick on it, so there's a way for it to separate itself when it's done printing. But I used to print a lot of stuff in Nylon X. This stuff's just expensive, and you got to be very careful with it when you're not using it, so that it doesn't absorb too much moisture. Who can remix 3D models by chance? I've done a little bit of remixing 3D models. It's kind of a pain in the, because there's not a lot of programs that are good at remixing 3D prints, depending on what you're trying to do to it. So, Athix, what are you trying to get done? Curious. Speedy Turtle, I'm building a Tiny Hawk Freestyle 2 for some reason. Okay. Are you rebuilding it, or are you just building it out of spare parts? Yeah, let's go look at some of the comments on that Dave C build that I made. There are a lot of interesting comments. All right. So somebody did comment and found a better Beck for doing that build. They referenced this Polulu product, which is a much better Beck than the one that I spec'd in my build. So there you go. Robbie, welcome to the live stream, my friend, all the way from Switzerland. Let's see. Sorry. This guy asked about the condenser mic. It sounds so good. It's actually the Rush automatic gain control condenser mic that I have soldered into my my TBS Fusion module in my goggles, so it picks up ambient noise. So that's one of the best mods I've done in a long time. You should include your parts used in the description too, especially motors and VTX specs. Yep, they're in there. Let's see. Try using a 26650 next time. Yeah, that will encroach on basically the weight limits of this quad. It will have a hard time going anywhere. Let's see. There was one in here. Well, I don't know where it's at, but basically he said dropping that battery down to 2.5 volts basically destroyed it, and it'll never work. It'll never get 3 or 4 more charges out of it, which I don't agree with. That's basically within the specified range of those 18650s. Zach, are you going to build that Carrera frame or whatever it's called? The 5-inch composite frame? I want to, but I can't really find the time to do it. I was actually thinking about just giving it away. Just thought. Brendan Bentley, good morning. How you doing, my friend? Eric Allen, I got a couple hours of practice in the gates yesterday. I need a lot more practice, but could see myself progressing. Good, good. Yeah, don't be afraid to hit them. I mean, obviously try not to hit them, but if you do, it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Especially when you get out to the battleship. That whole disarming when you clip a gate, you throttle out. But I mean, you saw what almost happened to me the other week. I almost clobbered myself with a quad. Yeah, the Tiny Hawk Freestyle AIOs are garbage. They're not great. They do a decent job, but I find that they die pretty frequently. But I think it has a lot to do with the fact that it's usually new people flying them. Sorry, moving myself around in the frame here. And they can't stand up to a whole lot of abuse. They do what they do well as long as nothing bad happens to them. They don't handle moisture. They don't handle, getting stuck in trees, things like that. And I definitely don't like 2S on them. I don't think they're built well for 2S. That's why the Tiny Hawk 2, I always flew on 1S. I flew it on 2S, like 2 packs. I'm like, it's kind of a novelty. And then it was 1S from there on. Toxic says, I learned originally to fly drones on Velocidrone. Yeah, Velocidrone's a good sim. I definitely like that one. Multi? Sorry, I'm sure that's wrong. Hey from Germany. Welcome, my friend. How are you? Speed Turtle adding a Crossfire Nano and Ishin Nano VTX for our guy. Ah, gotcha. Are you using one of the white noise boards? I know white noise made boards to add a VTX and a receiver to those things. I use Tinkercad for remixing stuff. Normally I just chop up a few things, models, put them together. Yeah, I used to use Tinkercad, but lately I have been using, let's see, what is it called? I'm looking through my programs here. There we go. I've been using this. 3D Builder. It's part of the Windows package, and this actually works pretty darn good for remixing stuff. So I had this model for a session mount for a glide frame. I didn't want these two stupid top strap things. So, I mean, you can easily just come in here, split, do something like that, bring it down, and let's see, keep bottom, and boom, there you go. There's your remixed mount. You can add things to it. So if I brought in another object, let's say I brought in, well, I mean, this is how I made this mount. You bring in this, and you can combine things. So now that's one whole piece right there. I don't know. That's how I've been remixing things lately. I've tried using Mesh Mixer, but I just don't understand how that works. Speed Turtle, yeah, with the tiny sleds. Yeah, okay, there you go. Ooh, YouTube did the whole jumpy thing on the chat. Selik, welcome from Turkey. How you doing, man? It's nice seeing some familiar faces here, or at least familiar names. Wanting to remix a naked GoPro mount for a shocker frame to hold the Insta360 Go. Yeah, try Windows 3D Builder. I've been very surprised at how well it works. It's very versatile. It's a lot like Tinkercad, but it's on your side of the computer. Drone pilot, I have a vacuum system, so I roast the film. Okay, before I print it, put it hot in a bag, desk it, then vacuum seal it under such strong suction that way drying time is way less. Yeah, yeah. I use a cheapo food dehydrator. It's exactly the same food dehydrator that the Matter Hackers filament and dry system is. So I mean, that works really well. Yeah, Speedy, I saw that. Yeah, I feel bad. I know. I didn't use the button to cough. I get it. How badly did it pick up that cough? I don't know. I mean, things are really loud in my headset, but I don't know how loud it is for you guys. Want to make a poll for 3-person view? Yeah, that's really cool. I want to do that on my X class. So it starts 3PV is third-person view. So you'd take the action camera and you'd put it way back off the back of the quad. So you'd have the camera up here. So you have like that third-person view. Tommy Umagod, he's been doing a lot of 3PV. He kind of coined the term 3PV. Nope, Jay explains it right there. Drone pilot meant to say, oh, I have a 4S 18650 and I have it on video. I flew the quad, didn't realize headwind on the way back, landed. well, gracefully fell at 2 volts per cell and no capacity was lost. Yeah, exactly. Melted Gyro, welcome, man. How you doing? Oh man, the chat jumped. I'm trying to figure out where the hell I was. Toxic's gonna get some stick time in Velocidrone. I need to get in there, but yeah, I just don't have time. So something cool I did this week is I went and did a FEV drone demonstration for some folks at the University of South Alabama. Brought out a whole slew of quads just to show them the different range and things that you can do. Also brought out the X class because that thing's interesting and fun. And I have 2 X9 lights, and they both have a wireless trainer option. So I set up a buddy box so I could take I hooked up to my Diatone GTB 229, something small and light and pretty responsive. I would take it out, fly it out into the middle of the field, and I had a button that I would push down and it would pass control to the student pilot and let them go try to fly. Seemed pretty hard for them. But they all very much enjoyed giving it a shot. What's a good 3D printer to start on right now? If you want a 3D printer that you don't have to update or screw around with or make any changes to, I am a huge fan of the Prusa i3 Mark III right there. But they're kind of expensive, but there's a reason why they're expensive. They're basically ready to go out of the box. About an hour of putting them together if you want, or you can buy them pre-built. But if you're looking for a printer that is just going to work and you don't have to dick with, that's the one. The Solval SV01 is a great printer, but you're probably going to be doing a bunch of upgrades to it. Same thing with an Ender 3. In that price range, basically the things you're going to want to look for is a removable build plate, a 24 volt heating system, and a direct drive extruder. Those should be your 3 criteria for buying a 3D printer, or just find a friend that's got one. Mike N, what's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, melted gyro. Yeah, depending on your budget, always. Eric Allen, don't do it. It's a long, dark hole that you don't want to go down. The Artillery Sidewinder X1, I've heard good things about it. Mike N, it's House FEV, welcome, man. I need to figure out why I lose adhesion on my print bed 50% of the way through my prints. Are you in an enclosure? That is the number one best thing you can do for your 3D printing is to build an enclosure for your printer. It doesn't even have to be airtight. It just has to be kind of walled off, and that will help keep your part from flexing as it cools. That is my recommendation for anybody who's having any sort of adhesion problem, especially mid-print. It's because of temperature fluctuation around your printer. For me, when I'm printing PLA, I print on a PEI sheet that's just cleaned out with isopropyl alcohol. For PETG, the same sheet cleaned with Windex, and then everything else on top of a bed of glue stick. And not so much to keep it to stick, like TPU. It's not to keep TPU attached to the build plate. It's so you can get it off afterwards. But with the Prusa, I actually have a textured sheet, which I use for TPU prints, and I print directly onto it, and that stuff just holds really well. And when it cools off, it literally just falls off. The desert keeps filament dry. Yes, it does. CNC Kitchen is a good place to go. Chuck Hellebuck and crap. There was one other guy that I like. I can't remember his name on YouTube about 3D printing. You know, 3D printing nerds kind of funny too. Patreon scroller is doing something weird now. It's breaking 2 lines. What? Let me know when you see it. Oh, I see why. That should fix it. Thanks for the heads up. Drone Pal says, oh, 3D printing, you're going to be learning so much more. It's crazy. And if you print exotic filaments, wow, word, then get ready to spend a lot of money if you don't just do TPU. Yeah. Okay, so Mike, and you're using the PEI texture sheet. Are you using it for PETG or for PLA? Because that PEI texture sheet is not intended for PLA, and it does not work for PLA. Just a heads up. Don't use it. Use a smooth sheet for PLA. Or if you are going to use PLA, you got to keep it really, really hot and print a skirt on it. At least that's my experience. I got the cheapest printer when I started 3D printing. I bought a TiVo Tarantula JFEV $4.99 because I'm about to leave soon and got a plane to push. All love on this side. Awesome, man. Thank you so much. Tell you what, if we do a super chat giveaway, I'll throw you on the wheel, or I'll try to remember anyways. This stupid YouTube chat keeps jumping around, man. Like, and TPU sticks. Yep, TPU sticks just fine to it. And PETG will stick really well to it, but PLA does not. Don't use PLA on the texture sheet. Where on earth is it? And the YouTube chat jumps, and I'm just absolutely lost when it does it. What a pain. I wouldn't say Prusa is the best printer, but they're the original. They're the innovators. Everything they do is what all the other companies copy. You know, everything's open source, so they don't care. It's not a big deal. But if you want to support the originators of the, you know, the i3 style printer, which is what everything is, then it's Prusa. Prusa's the DJI of 3D printing. No, they're not. DJI only invented one thing. Oh, let's see. Yep, it's open source. You can literally go and go on AliExpress and you can buy cloned Prusas because it's all open source. You can download all the 3D printed files to make the printer from Prusa. No problem whatsoever. You can download the firmware from Prusa. Nobody cares. Prusa is pretty good for a consumer 3D printer. When you start getting into like production style 3D printers, it's an entirely different class. But for like a homeowner style 3D printer, they're pretty good. I really wanted to get one of the Prusa Minis, just never did. Prusa is going to save you money in the long run without a question. Yeah, that's why everybody who does a large printing farm, they all use Prusas because they're just that reliable. Yeah, I like the Prusa, but there are other alternatives out there, but they all have a little bit more headache. The Prusa is literally put it together, flash the firmware to it, or let it do its updates, and go. Even the main board even has a spot for a Arduino Zero, so you can do wireless 3D printing. It's a little on the slow side, so you can run Octoprint, and it's native to the printer, so you don't have to keep swapping SD cards back and forth. Speedy Turtle getting a Zode Dart from FV Exchange. Hey, I got a Zode Nano. I really like it. I need to get into flying wings a little bit more. Melted Gyro says minus 8 miles of filament and broke down once. Awesome, man. I've got the MMU, the multi-material unit on mine. I don't really do multi-material prints, but I do like it for spool joining. So if it finishes one spool, if I'm doing like large prints, especially like when I was building that one wheel right there, it would finish that spool and then automatically switch over to the next one and just keep printing. I didn't have to interface with it at all. Ender 3 is a good budget. Yep, it's a good budget printer, but you'll end up upgrading a bunch of parts on it. Oh yeah, that's what you said. You'll end up upgrading a bunch of parts. Rejuvenating your bed? No. Well, it depends on what you're going to use to rejuvenate your bed. Don't use acetone on PEI. Acetone will crack and destroy PEI. Zach, yeah, please get the hell out of here. Go fly, man. If it's nice out where you're at and you have PAX charge, stop watching this and get outside and go fly, please, please. Yeah, I'll take mine upstairs and go clean it under the sink. Chris's Basement, that's another good channel for 3D printing stuff. He actually built one of the Prusa clones. This is kind of nice. Maker's Muse. His content's been a little lacking lately. Teaching Tech. Yep, another good one. Yeah, there's a ton of good 3D printing channels on YouTube. I do like CNC Kitchen. He really dives into the material properties. Edward Ashley went to my local multi-GV chapter practice for yesterday. Had a blast. Only went through one set of props. Made about 2 laps per heat. That's awesome, man. It's baby steps. If you want some ultra durable props, the most tough props I've ever used for racing, the T-Motor 5150s. Get a set of those, and yeah, you'll just never replace them. Texture for, yeah, well, yeah, Mike, and don't use the texture for PLA. I don't know if you've updated keeping up with the updates on your printer, but in your main menu on your printer, you can now set up profiles per different sheet. So I have one for my smooth. I have 2 different smooth sheets. One that I use for clean builds, another one for things I use glue stick on, and another one for my textured sheet. And it'll keep your offset set for each one of those. So if you remember which sheet is which profile, you can just go through and set it up per profile, and then you don't have to mess with your Z offset between different sheets because they're different thicknesses, obviously. Rob Logan, man, see you later, buddy. Have a nice one. I do wish the Prusa was bigger sometimes, just a little bit, maybe like another inch in each direction. Anyone flying Express LRS? No. I ordered one of the Happy Model Express LRS modules, and it just has not materialized. Let's see. Let's see if it's even shipped yet. Oh, wrong profile. Okay, it's shipped. It has actually shipped. It's been sterilized, at least, so they say. Yeah, so I'm bang good. Happy Model actually has an Express LRS long-range module kind of kit. You've got to print your own enclosure, but that's no big deal. So I just ordered this. I could have bought an R9, but I don't know. I kind of want to see what they're putting out. You know what I mean? See what kind of product they're making. But it comes with a receiver, transmitter. I don't know if it comes with the project box or not. Oh, maybe it does. Oh, I don't know. We'll see what ends up getting here when it gets here. And it hasn't made it into the country as of yet. Drone Pilot says on PLA, on ultra clean glass, no glue, no texture, straight clean glass, and BL Touch. Yep, that's a good way to do it. So the downside to the Prusa is it doesn't use a BL Touch; it uses an inductive probe. So if you put in, like, say, a different build sheet that's thicker, if it doesn't have any ferrous properties, it's not going to be able to probe the bed. I do kind of wish I had a BL Touch, but BL Touch is very slow compared to the inductive probe. So that's how Prusa does all their bed alignment calibration, is with using that inductive probe. Mike N, can you talk about your grips that are now on Race Day Quads? Yeah, so Race Day Quads has been carrying my radio grips for about 6 months now. Unfortunately, I can't find them with going through here. So if you go to like radio transmitters, receivers, and like RC transmitters and accessories, at least as of a couple months ago, they weren't actually here. So I don't know what category they're hiding them under, which is just silly on their part. You would think they'd be under radio accessories, but if you search for Tweet FPV, boom. This is all the model shapes and colors that Race Day Quads offers in my grip material. So the DJI radio, X9 Lite, basically all the FR Sky radios, Tango 2, the jumpers, the new Beta Light radio 2, the Radiomaster TX12, and the T-Lite. They're all over there on Race Day Quads. And also on Pyro Drone, same deal. They have my grips there. And I've also got them on Etsy if you're interested in getting them. If you're international, order from Etsy. I only charge $2 for international shipping. I can't possibly imagine that they would be able to ship it for less. Oh yeah, sorry, not Arduino Zero, the Raspberry Pi Zero, that's what I meant. Yeah, it starts, I saw that. Yeah, they are available at Race Day Quads and Pyro Drone and on Etsy. Yeah, that was an awesome little like 9-minute spot that he did on them. I was super surprised he didn't mention anything. They're not new, but I definitely keep bringing out new models all the time. And he also mentioned something about when Little Stellar Fox was talking about him in the Flow State documentary. So maybe I get a shout out in that thing. That would be just sweet, Do you think there's any real reason to bring the Nano Long Range H650 quad to market? It seems like a drone looking for a reason to exist. No, it's a fun project. It's not. No, it wouldn't be a good bring to market type thing. I don't think, anyways. There's too much. There's too much iffiness to it. You know what I mean? Like, it's a bit of a hack together thing. Mike and I have the MMU2. I like it. Like you, I never really use it. Yeah, I don't really use it for multi-material prints. I use it so I just have 5 different types of material loaded up so I don't have to go change them. And then the spool joining is awesome. Toxa says, I got a roll of PETG coming. Will be the first time printing PETG. Any suggestions? Follow the manufacturer's temperature recommendations. If you have an enclosure, make sure you close the door. Don't run your fans unless you've got like really thin things you're doing. Typically running the fan will degrade the quality of the print. If you have a PEI build sheet, clean it with Windex. And also, if you have a E3D style hot end, buy one of the silicone socks for it. The Pro sock that like comes to just a little tip. One of these things. Hang on. Get yourself one of these. No, not that. There. The little silicone socks. Get some of these guys. These repel PETG. PETG likes to stick to things and kind of curl back up, and it'll stick to your nozzle and it'll cause failures. Plus, this also keeps your hot end temperature more stable because when your layer fan comes on, it won't blow on a thermistor and screw up the temperature. But I would suggest getting these ones with the little tiny hole on them. Oh, here they are. The Pro Sock, the V6 Pro Sock. I would get these. Yep, it's been sterilized. Speaking of Express LRS, look what came in yesterday. So I guess we can kind of dig into that a little bit. So I forgot in the beginning, if you guys want to get my attention, type tweet FPV. Otherwise, I'll just assume you guys are talking to yourselves. And it'll highlight in yellow or orange, like this here. And if you want me to answer a question that you have, go ahead and hit that super chat button at the bottom, and I'll be sure to get with you. JFV tweet, I'm on your Discord if you run the wheel. Okay, great. Tiny hole makes a difference for sure. Okay, cool. Why does anyone buy R9 or Ghost to flash Express LRS? So here is why I think I might end up switching over to Ghost, is because of this. This right here. This is the Ghost hybrid system. This is a full tramp VTX and a Ghost receiver pre-soldered, installed into one board with one antenna. This is what I've been waiting for. I don't understand why other manufacturers are not doing this. If TBS would do something like this, where it's already installed on a board with like a nano receiver and their Crossfire receiver, I would be very happy. But I mean, I know they do the little scabbed on boards, but they're thick and they're just not the way they should be. This is probably what's going to get me to jump over to Ghost, is this guy right here. Just for some ultra clean, very simple builds. Oh no, there's a separate antenna, sorry. Very, very small antenna. It's the same size as the tracer, but there's only one antenna as well. By all regards, it performs better than tracer too, or it should, as far as in a race environment. So that is all right. So let's head over to zip. All right, let's get these guys out of the way. So I haven't opened this yet. Let's take a look, see what's in this box. I wish that this would work on my Tango 2, but you know how it is. World's dullest knife. I don't think this will work on the Tango 2. I'm almost positive it won't, unfortunately. I do like the Tango 2, but I also do very much like my X9 Lite. There it is. It's the full module. Oh, well, I mean, not the full module, it's the micro module. And it does come with the antenna, a bunch of stickers. Should I open it? Be right back. All right, hang on a second. All right. It starts for $9.99 super chat. No wind, 60 degrees and sunny. Time to fly. Later, gang. If you have a micro VTX in that box, I could use one. All right, man. We'll see you later. Go fly, man. Why won't that work in the Tango 9? Tango 2? I don't know for sure that it won't. I've just heard that it doesn't. Kind of like how the FR Sky XJT Lite module won't work in the Tango 2. That, and I don't think that that they have the options in the firmware to run Ghost. There's actually a lot less in here than I thought there'd be. Well, there ain't shit in here. Look at that. I mean, unless all the... Oh, it's all probably inside of there. Underneath this, this RF shielding. It's got a STM 32 F303 processor in it. Oh, pretty cool. I don't know. I like taking stuff apart. I don't know why. I don't think we learned anything by me taking it apart, but we took it apart and we got to see what's inside of it. For science. Right? Science? Can we say it's for science? Probably not. I can install it on the Tango 2. I don't believe it'll actually work with the Tango 2. I don't think it has the options in the firmware to run Tango 2. I could be completely wrong. I just remember hearing that it won't work. I hope I'm wrong. It'll probably be one of those things you have to wait for OpenTX 2.4. All right, so that was entertaining, right? We all like that. No, just because it's a module doesn't mean it should work. The radio has to have the ability to talk to the module. Same reason why the XJT Lite does not work in that. By the way, printing a new XT 1860 6S holder with air gaps all around the batteries because at 10 amps they come down hot. This new space here, okay. Yeah, it's probably a good idea to get some air around them, especially if they're coming down hot. Yeah, Tango 2 does not use an official release of OpenTX. They use Freedom TX, so it is custom built by TBS to their specifications for whatever gear they want to work with it, and they don't want that to work with it because why would they? I went with Crossfire 900 megahertz because the link was tried and true. For some reason, I went with Rapid Fire. Knew they were both good products, and I couldn't go wrong with. I don't have money for hype. Nope. I wouldn't do Crossfire or sorry, I wouldn't do Tracer or Ghost or anything like that if I wasn't racing. This is purely for racing. There's no other reason why you would want to buy this stuff. Between that and Tracer, unless you're racing, don't buy it. Drone pilot somewhere in Australia was harsh, so I had to invent a solution for heat and batteries. Oh yeah, I bet. See, another thing that came in today, this week is these. These are ND filters for the Insta360 Go 2. I'm really excited to give these a try. They weren't all that expensive, but oh my goodness, they are packaged in a super nice little case. It's got magnets on it, but nice little ND filters. See if I can get my fingerprints all over them. Sure, that won't focus at all. There you go. Little thread on ND filters. They've got the stuff laser etched onto the side of them, and then now there's a good fingerprint right on them because that's the way that works. But excited for these. That's another. Well, it's one of those big advantages of the Go 2 is that the lens comes off, so you can put these filters on them. And let's see, I fried the main board to my laser cutter, which is a big bummer. And I don't want to pay $300 for a new board, so I managed to find the component that is fried. It's this little transistor right here, and I bought 20 of them for $3. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a repair on this guy. I don't know if I'll film that because it's usually kind of a hack job when I do it. But things that you pick up on this hobby, like the ability to solder and troubleshoot things with electronics, they can pay off in other aspects of life. So I'm gonna fix this guy up. My 250 frame from Umagod is on the way. It should be here hopefully Monday or Tuesday. Really excited to get that and start building. I am a little disappointed in the I bought the iFlight Beast H7 flight controller for it, and I'm a little disappointed with the issues that the manufacturer is having with it and the new versions of Betaflight, and there's a hardware issue on that board, and there's just really no fix, at least as of yet, for it. Super bummed. That one. Yeah, like Drone Pilot says, if it's nice, go fly, guys. Go fly. Yeah, so last night I started building up this guy. This is the Legato. I took all the parts out of my Pyro Cube, put them in the Legato frame, and I decided to spark up the live streaming thing. So I didn't go to bed till like 1 last night. So I didn't show up for this live stream until a couple minutes late because that's when I woke up. Not doing too bad for no coffee, right? I don't know. Robert Orlep, happy Easter, man. How you doing? Stay out of the kids' chocolate. Yeah. Well, let's see. Did any of you guys watch the Insta360 Go 2 comparison video I put out last week? I did a 4-way side-by-side between the Go 1, Go 2, GoPro 5, and the built-in DVR of the DJI unit. And I had some people say that they noticed hitching, like almost like a stuttering on the Go 2 video, and I think I know why. When I exported the Go 2 video, I could have swore I exported it at 60 frames per second, but no, it was 30. So I have the GoPro at 60 frames per second, the Go 2 at 30 on a 60 frames per second timeline. So I think that might be why it looks like there's a little bit of stuttering. But I think if I didn't say that, I don't think anybody would really notice. I'm still very, very happy with the quality. Let's see. Go get your coffee. Grab a coffee. Show a video. We'll wait. We can tell who out of us is understand the need. Does the Go 2, it does do 60 frames, but it'll export in 60 for some reason. Yeah, it's weird. I don't understand the frame rate choices. Yeah, that's what it's doing. It's doing some strange pull down conversions for frame rate, or it's doing extra pull downs for frame rate conversion. And I think that's actually, at least on the video, I think that was Premiere doing that. But it doesn't look bad locally on the file that I output, but when I sent it to YouTube, it just destroyed the quality of it, so it made it look even worse. Edward Ash has given a box of busted whip parts. How different is building a brush whip versus brushless? Is there anywhere in the US to get parts, because I hate waiting at Banggood? Yeah, Newbie Drone. Newbiedrone.com is where you should go to get all your brushed whip parts. They're that and tinywhoop.com. Those are about the only two real good sources for brushed parts. The big difference is brush parts. It's 2 wires, so 3 per motor. It's just positive and negative. But make sure you don't spin the motors the wrong direction. It's very bad on the brushes. All right, let me jump over to the other room here. Be right back. No, I forgot one thing. All right, so let's do a super chat giveaway. I've got some stuff here that I need to get out of my way. Guys, let me know what it is you want to spin for. I have a. I'll save that for later. I'll save that for later too. Let's see. I have a V-Fly Short Saver 2. A TS 80 soldering iron. A shitty little toy E010 drone. I'm sure nobody wants that. By the way, if you need a Tango 2 case, let me know. I have one that's been Cerakoted here. If you need a case, let me know. A Carrera Talon V2 frame. Screw it. 533 Tiny Trainer frame. Sorry, the wife just poked her head in down here. And how about this? a 20 by 20 iFlight flight controller stack. So it's a flight controller, ESC, and the VTX. Now, the thing with this one is it's M2 hardware, so keep that in mind. And it uses pinned connections between all the boards. So keep that in mind. Yeah, so that's the options for today. All right, so what are you guys thinking? Soldering iron, short stopper, stack, and I got 2 different frames. What are you guys thinking for today? Let's see, over to the chat here. Let's see, Athix said, I went back in the stream and didn't get an answer for the field of view on the Go 2. You know what, I have no idea what it is, since it's a... I don't know. They don't say it in the specs, but I don't know how you would do a field of view on something that's got a 180 degree view on it. Maybe it'd be 180? I don't know. The field of view is pretty wide. All right, the field of view is 120 degrees. 120 degrees on ultra wide setting, 16 by 9. 120 degrees, Apex. There you go. According to Insta360 blog. So, short saber and iron, talon frame, tiny trainer frame, tiny trainer frame, tiny trainer. Stack. Tiny trainer frame more than stack. Stack, 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 tiny trainer stack, stack, stacks. Stack, stack, stack. All right, we're gonna do the stack. Let's do the stack, guys. Let me try to find some specs on this before we get too crazy with it. Hang on a second. Yeah, there we go. We'll do the tiny trainer stack and that E010 frame, quad. I don't even know if the thing flies, but actually I know it flies. I think the frame's got a crack in it, but it's a fun little toy drone for you to bash around with the kiddos. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Coffee is brewing. Thank you. Let's see if we can find the stack. It's kind of an older stack. Yeah, Rob Logan. Oh yeah, she expects me to work today, I'm sure. We got family coming into town, so after this, it's gonna be a whirlwind, clean up the house, get things straightened out. Let me poke through my email. See if I can find a receipt for it.
Keep that same energy. When you go low, I go low too. But you'd rather stay high, I know you. Can we stay high, babe? I'd rather be on that wave. Trying to control our emotions. If we on the right side of passion, we could share love in the ocean. But if you wanna go insane either way, baby, we could go on. We could do it all night.
Yeah, I don't know what stack it is. Let's plug into Betaflight and take a look. Yep, it comes with obligations. Oh shit. That's funny. Let's see, it has Betaflight 4.1. Is it a F7? Really? Alright, I gotta pull the stack apart. I gotta see what's in there. Alright, I guess let's do how about $10 super chat? Put yourself on the wheel for the stack. It might be the Sussex F4V1, but for some reason the target was saying F7. I don't believe this is an F7. I'd be surprised if it is. Well, hot damn, it is an F7. No shit, this is an F7? STM32 F722, holy shit. It's the Sussex Mini F7 Twin G version 3. I had no idea, I thought this was an old F4. Alright, well, someone is going to get one hell of a flight controller then. The VTX, I don't remember what the VTX goes up to. Electronics. It's a discontinued VTX. Oh, maybe this is it. I think this is the VTX that's on it. Yeah, this one here. God, iFlight's webpage sucks. So yeah, this is the VTX. It is, let's see where the specs at. It's a 200 milliwatt VTX, uses a MMCX. If I have a whip MMCX antenna, I'll go ahead and throw it in there too, just because I don't want you guys to go without. I'm pretty sure I have one sitting in a box somewhere. So there you go. And that pigtail there will interface directly with a Foxeer camera, I believe. That's what I had on there. I'll leave that with it. Sorry, putting the hardware back on so I don't lose it. I'll include the hardware too, just because you might need it. All right. So $10 super chat to get you in there. I'll spend that right before noon when Mr. Bardwell takes over. All right. Tell you what, I'm gonna go grab a cup of coffee, and I'll be right back, guys. So chat amongst yourselves, and I'll see you in a minute. All right, things are better now. Oh man. All right, let me get over to the wheel thingy here. So I've got JFEV. I know you're not here, but I'll get you on it. It starts. Fly turbo quad. I don't know how much 20 Canucky stand ruples are, but you sent 20 of them. It's got to be at least $10. Athix. Eric Allen. Zach Sylvester. Yarbs. Toxic for 2. Oh boy. And by the way, guys, I will randomize these before I spin it. Just standard rules apply, you know what I mean? Edward Ashley. Two. And Drone Pilot. For 1. All right. So there we go. We got our wheel built up. We'll let this roll for about another 15 minutes. And we'll go ahead and spin this thing. Where is my chat at? There it is. Coffee. Got my coffee. Oh, let's see. Drone Pilot says the DJI camera says 150-degree view, but I measured it with the digital calipers because I was designing a camera mount and measured 130. Really? Interesting. Rob Logan, I wouldn't listen to. Yeah. Thanks, hon. Appreciate it. I was informed I have carpets to clean today. Which I don't mind. I don't mind cleaning carpets. Easy to do. Any idea if it's 6S capable? Let's see. It should be. Actually, I know it is. I used to fly it on 6S. This is I had this one. I had it in my Diatone Exorcist frame, and I only flew it maybe 6 times, if that. Yeah, it's definitely 6S capable for sure. Let's see, back to the bench cam. There is Jan Stacker. Sorry, just getting caught up on the chat here. Yeah, that's how this hobby gets you, is you build one quad, then you find out you have like 2 pieces to build another one. You're like, well, shit, I guess I gotta build another one. Yeah, it starts for the win again, for sure. Edward Ashley, your wife knowing how many quads are in your fleet is a problem. Keep that close to the chest. I'm already limited to 3 motorcycles. Yeah, I got a motorcycle I gotta sell off here one of these days. Just it's a hassle selling motorcycles. Selling vehicles in general is a hassle. Any big builds on the plate? No, actually, actually, yeah, the sub 250, the 250 frame from Umagod. That is the next one on the bench. The frame should be here Monday or Tuesday. Oh, sorry, that's the bind and fly. But this will be the next build here. Really excited for this one. Got all the parts, just need the frame. And then batteries too. I know he was talking about batteries, getting specific ones made by GMB, but I have not seen any progress on that as of late. Hopefully he does a video soon. So that, what else do I got going on? I've got a portable battery generator thing coming from Banggood for review. I'm kind of excited for that one, just to deal with the whole field charging aspect of flying now. I've never used one, and I'm kind of excited to get that. You know, my first like real motorcycle I was gonna buy was gonna be a Buell Lightning. I ended up getting a Ducati Monster instead, but I enjoyed it. Buell, way ahead of its time. Way ahead of its time. And the only other build I've got kind of currently I'm working on is my next Patreon giveaway quad. Let me grab that here so you can guys see it. So this is the next Patreon giveaway quad. So this is the FV Cycle Floss, FV Cycle Glide 5-inch 6S. This quad with a 1100 milliamp battery, a GoPro Hero 5 Session, clocked in at 596 grams, all up, ready to rock. This is the lightest and probably the best flying freestyle quad I have ever built that I have in my inventory right now. And this will be a Patreon giveaway. It's all high-end components, or high-value components, not high-end. I'm not putting money where it's not needed. So high-value components. It has a CL Racing F4 AIO, or FC, a Acon 32 PIN ESC, a Flywoo Panda, or I think it's a Flywoo Panda 600 milliwatt VTX, a can't remember what the camera was. The camera was the Foxier Razor. And the only thing I kind of, the motors are Emax Eco 2. These are the 1900 kV versions and 2306 flavor. And the only thing I skimped on was the antenna. This is just the micro Emax RHCP antenna, because I know everybody swaps out their own antennas. So this is just something to make it flyable. A little bit of UMA grip and some straps, and 2 little landing feet on the front. Didn't mean to show that. 2 little landing feet on the front. So this is the next month's Patreon giveaway quad. Super excited about this one. This one should be the no, Speedy, that's not the glide frame I got from you. That was a V1 frame. This is the V2. The V1, that's my personal build. That's rocking DJI. That super the Patreon giveaway is going to be for Patreon members. If you want to get in on that, I haven't listed it yet. I'll probably do it here in the next couple days. If you're on the $5 tier, I'll put the entry form out when I decide to list this. If you're in a sub $5 group, I will put the entry form out for you guys the day, or when I go live for the giveaway. So that's how the tiers are working. But I haven't listed it yet. I'll probably do it here Monday or Tuesday. Well, actually, I'll probably do it tomorrow. And the reason I do that is the billing cycle for Patreon goes through, I think, between the 1st and the 5th. So that will lock you in to be able to be part of the giveaway. It's just kind of how I have to do it. Let's see. See, that was the questions about the builds. Yeah, so the other thing with this build is I was really hoping Betaflight 2.3 or 3, well, whatever. I was hoping the new version of Betaflight would be an official release and I could tune it for that. I have it tuned in tight on the current version of Betaflight. So the idea is this will be a giveaway box, a build it yourself quad going forward. I was just vetting these components, tuning them, and making sure everything was good so that in the future I'll just send you a box of parts. You'll have the fun of building it, and then I'll also send you my tune that you can just Control-C, Control-V into the CLI, and you'll be good to go with that one. That's my intent. Obviously, if you guys want it built by me, I can do that too. Yeah, I know. I really need to get the thing listed. It's an 09 BMW R1200 GS. It's the wife's bike. She's going up to grad school, and she's not really gonna be flying it or riding it anymore. So it's time for it to go. Tech Bobby, a wise man, once said, "My greatest fear is that when I die, my wife will sell my quads for what I told her I paid for them." Unfortunately, she'll probably be able to get what she paid for them. They don't seem to hold value. Joe Powell says, when I was married, I used to say to my ex that I spent far less on stuff than I actually spent. Then one day, I realized a fear that if I died, she would sell for the price of her. Yeah, but you're dead, so who cares? Drone Powell has a Cagiva Raptor 1000. Ooh, nice. Yeah, so the Cagiva is kind of like. Did Ducati buy Cagiva at some point? Because I thought that there was a merger back in like the 80s, but I guess not. It looks like they're new. Huh, really cool. I like those. Looks a lot like a monster. Ducati designer moved away and used Suzuki motors. Yeah, it does look. It looks a lot like a V-Strom and a monster kind of got merged together. Cool looking bike. Yeah, it's definitely a Suzuki motor for sure. Pretty cool. Cool bike. I love motorcycles. That's. Octane, how you doing, my friend? All right, guys, so we're going to spin the super chat here in a little bit. $10 super chat for the iFlight Success F7 Twin G V3 ESC flight controller VTX stack combo. It's Noble Taco. Let's see. So, oh yeah, the camera in that quad, it's a 4.3, by the way. I don't do 16:9 on analog. And the other weird thing that I don't know if I'll do it before you guys get the quad parts or not is I always pop the heatsink off of that Acon ESC. I really didn't want to do that. Drone Pilot, did you see my super chat for $10? So I got coffee. Yeah, yep. So the way YouTube does it is in the streaming window. If I go to viewer activity, it tells me all the super chats. You're the last one in there for 1320, and I got you on the wheel here, just so everybody can verify that they got their name in there. And we'll make sure this is right before I spin it, because I don't want to leave anybody out like I did last time. But anyways, yeah, I popped the ESC heatsink off, not because I don't want the heatsink. It's just the heatsink interferes with every bit of hardware I've ever used on that ESC, and you can't screw down on top of it with a nut or anything like that. And since the Glide does like a three separate stacks, so I've got the flight control in the front, ESC in the middle, and the VTX in the back, I can't get a nut on top of the ESC without maybe taking the screws and going down with them, but I don't really want to do that. So, Rob Logan, I knew you'd be in there, buddy. All right, Rob Logan on Zavil. Hey, man, I'm rooting for you, buddy. It's time. It's time for you to get one. It is beyond time for you to get one. Can't win if I don't play. That's very true. Yeah, it starts is gonna win. I know it. He always does. I don't know why. Well, you never win these things until you do. If you play long enough, you'll hopefully win. I don't know. There's a couple quad waffle groups on YouTube where you buy spots and they spin for things. So, oh, there you go, Drone Pilot. You won some grips. That's right. That's right. Hope you went with that Ciati purple. I don't remember. And you know, we'll tell him, and we'll tell him you got the purple ones. If anybody was watching Joshua Bardwell's new gear live stream this week, he did like a 9-minute segment on my grip tape, my radio grips over on Race Day Quads, which I'm super excited. I didn't even know it. I had no idea. So, yeah, he talked about them with It's Blunty for a little bit. I've sent Joshua a couple sets of grips over the years. I don't think he's ever used them. They never made it to him, too, by the way. The post office is kind of weird about shipping these things. So you can get them on Race Day Quads, you can get them on Pyro Drone, and you can also get them over on Etsy. If you're international, go to Etsy. I only charge $2 for shipping. They come in a standard 6.5-inch envelope, so I can keep the shipping costs way down. Otherwise, like shipping's like $20 or something like that in the smallest packaging. Toxic is deleting messages. Awesome. Oh man, coffee. I needed it. Yeah, Rob, you were 100% right. I needed coffee. Drone Pile says he watched. He said it was great. Yep. Rick Zapata. Sorry, late. Had a few things to do this morning. Rick Zapata, a big contributor over on my my Discord. One of my Discordians. Let's see. We're about to wrap this up soon. Get out of the way for Mr. Bardwell there. Doing a $10 super chat for a iFlight F7 Sussex Twin G. A V3 flight controller ESC and VTX combo. And you know, let me see if I can find I'll be right back. I'm going to see if I can dig up an antenna for this thing real quick. Hang on. Yeah, I found some antennas. Whoever wins it, you gotta let me know, do you want a straight MMCX or a 90? But I have two little whip antennas that, you know, screw it, I'll just send it with both. Oh, shoot, what was I just thinking about? Oh, if anybody saw, Flywoo has a free replacement program for their antennas. Apparently they had an issue. Here we go. They had an issue where they were ordering left-hand circular polarized antennas, and they were actually coming with a right-hand element. So if you have a left hand and you're getting awful reception, or you have a DJI and you're getting terrible reception, reach out to Flywoo, and they'll basically send you a new one. But they had to be ordered before March 27th, and they'll send you a free replacement. It's a really shitty problem for them to have, but it's awesome that they're trying to take care of it and fix it for everybody. Also, you could crack open the top if you were unsure. You could actually crack open the top of your antenna and take a look at the element, and you could tell if it's a left hand or a right hand. So this is a right hand element, and as you can see, the little ears are turning, looking down on it, they're turning counterclockwise. So you can see that that is a right-hand element. If it was a left hand, they would all be going the other direction. So you can use that to kind of gauge whether that is the issue you're having, if you're having poor reception. So that's what a right-hand element looks like. A left hand would be going the other direction. And yeah, I went ahead and cracked that open just for you guys so you could see. Guys, if the Dji Goggles V2 dropped, yeah, they've dropped a couple times. Rob Logan asked, is it an MMCX or MMCX? MMCX. Are you thinking UFL? Yeah, it's an MMCX connector, so it's got that end on it, like that. I like these. They're a little bit heavier than UFLs. I don't have any issues with UFLs, but I definitely kind of prefer these. But when they break, they typically shear off inside the socket, and they're kind of a bugger to get out. I have seen some tests with using dipoles on the Vista, and it does work. It seems to work pretty well, but it doesn't do very well with multipathing rejection. So outdoors, you probably wouldn't see a whole lot of issues with it, and it would probably work just fine. You'll get a little bit reduced range, but if you're going to fly in a high multipath environment, like in buildings, outside of buildings, concrete everywhere, you'll definitely see a reduced range. Rob Logan, LMAO, love the afterbeep. Hey man, that's as good as it's going to get. Right hand looks like an R. I guess you say so. I got asked by somebody once, and I'm not trying to make fun, but I'm sure if he's asking the question, a lot of other people have asked the question. He asked, if I have a right-hand circular polarized antenna and I flip upside down, does it become a left hand? The answer is definitely no. But I know a lot of people have actually asked me about that. All right, guys, we're going to spin this super chat wheel here in about 5 minutes. Kevin McCarty, GoPro Session 5 Pro Tune settings for iPhone doesn't exist. So one of the comments I had on that Insta360 Go video was the fact that GoPro doesn't really like us. They took away Pro Tunes, and I had a guy be like, "No, they got Pro Tunes. I use it all the time." I'm like, "Have you used it since February?" He was very disappointed that GoPro has removed Pro Tune from their options. Why would you take away a feature that anybody used? So that does cause a lot of issues for people running like naked GoPros and sessions and things like that. Don't have screens like this. I'm using a program called what's it called? It is called GoPro BLE Remote. It has all the options of Pro Tune, but you don't have a live view, which is kind of disappointing. Really wish it did. I tried the FPV exchange for DJI FPV goggles, but they're like 600 pounds. Is that the best deal on them in the UK? I don't really know. I haven't been pricing out goggles lately. 600 pounds. I don't know what pounds are to Freedom bucks. $829. That seems like a lot. Apparently I can get them for $569 through Crutchfield. I'd say $550, $575 would be the going rate for FPV goggles. But they're all in pre-order, seems like. Seems like Crutchfield has them in stock. And Best Buy has them in stock for $569. It's crazy that Best Buy's carrying them. Well, I guess they're carrying the drone, so that makes sense. Post a link to the GoPro app I use. Let's see. Here you go. Here's the app I'm using for the GoPro. Your left, behind my back, while I'm upside down. Crutchfield sells goggles? I just did a Google search. I'm really kind of surprised. Yeah, Crutchfield, the car audio Crutchfield. Yep. Yeah, they have them. That Crutchfield. Yeah, I would have never expected that, but I mean, hey, they must sell other DJI stuff. Oh, they got drone accessories. Drone accessories. So they must be a DJI dealer. Yeah. Okay. Oh, they just sell everything now, don't they? Interesting. Oh, I've bought my fair share of stuff through Crutchfield. Yeah, DJI is pretty good. I very much enjoy it. I'll probably not use it for racing anytime. Yeah, Newegg's. Yeah, I think, everybody's taking that Menards approach. Let's just sell everything under the sun, or be able to be a dealer for everything under the sun. Zenekis, welcome to the live stream, my friend. If anybody's interested, I have a Flywheel Explorer V1 over on FPV Exchange. If anybody's looking for a good, very lightly used flywheel explorer, there you go. Head over there, and if you're not a member of FE Exchange, go ahead and do it. I managed to pick up one of these things out of the Speedy Turtle package. It's been a long time since I've had a button. I like buttons. All right, guys, you ready? Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and spin this wheel. If anybody wants in here, we'll give you another minute to get in on the wheel. This is for a $10 super chat for a iFlight Sussex F7 Twin G F7 V3 ESC flight controller and VTX combo with 2 whip antennas, both a straight and a 90mm CX. We'll give you guys a couple minutes to get in there. Oh yeah, Beta FPV. They sent me a set of these, just completely randomly out of the blue. Set of VRO2s. I actually really like these. These fit perfect in my bag. They're small, really good, clear screen. Interface is better than most box goggles. I'm interested to open them up and see how the antennas are set up inside because there's no antennas on the outside of it. I'm assuming it's a printed PCB style antenna on the inside. I'm just curious which way it's facing. So that gets happy Easter to you as well. We actually have the Skyzone Cobra X, all flying all analog. Would DJI goggles with analog module be better? Yes, absolutely would be. I think it's smarter to hold off for the digital bandwagon and wait for prices to come down. Prices are not going to come down because it's being monopolized, because the only real competition as far as digital goes is DJI. The Fat Shark stuff is still kind of developing, but the best bang for your buck is DJI. It looks so damn good, and it's very user-friendly. Zenekis on the board. We'll get you on there, buddy. Stupid wheel. I hate this wheel. There we go. All right. Yeah, so as far as digital goes, I would just do it. I don't do it for racing, but I'll do it for... yeah, he gets 1.5 spots. I do it for all my acro quads. Obviously, if you're flying micros, 3 inches racing, you're still going to be analog. But I've always said, like, if somebody said you can only have 1 pair of goggles, because I have a bunch, which one is it? I said, without a doubt, I'll take my DJIs, because DJI, just like why I say the FrSky X9 Lite is the best radio, it can do everything. It can do analog and it can do digital. All the analog goggles cannot do digital, just like the X9 Lite can do all the different protocols, and it can do access. No other brand of radio can do access. So it is the most capable. And I had my goggles out being Cerakoted for about a month. So it was time to put up or shut up. So I went and flew just my DJI goggles. And I'll be honest, I didn't really miss my Orcas. Obviously, the analog experience on the Orcas is better. The DVR is better. I like my Orcas better for flying analog. But if you could only have 1 set of goggles, the DJI will do you just fine, with an analog conversion on it as well. Do the DJI goggles fit over glasses? I don't know the answer to that question. I don't wear glasses. They don't feel like they would, but you can get prescription lens inserts for them. Zenekis, I had such high hopes for Shark Bite. Kind of a bummer. Shark Bite was fun for racing. I had Bite Frost back when it had, the big ground station, and I was very impressed with it. The ground station was basically a deal breaker, but I need to get that Bite Shark system inside of like an 85 millimeter whoop, or I want to try to get in like a 65 millimeter whoop, to be honest. And I think that'd be really cool for flying indoors. JFV, I heard they do, but it depends on, obviously, yeah, it depends on the size of your glasses. Brandon Bentley says they do fit over his glasses. That's awesome. I'm super excited. Next week, I have one of my Patreon members or not Patreon members. Well, yeah, I guess he's a Patreon member. And Discord, Ian. He's sending me his DJI FPV drone to kind of play around with. But on top of that, the remote, I wanted to get a hold of the remote to make a set of grips for it. But he's sending me his FPV drone. I don't have the V2 goggles. I got another local guy who has the V2 goggles. He's willing to let me borrow them, so I'm super excited for that. I'm really curious if I have a set of V1 goggles, can I use it as a spectator mode with the FPV drone? I don't think I've seen anybody cover that, so I'm kind of curious. But I'm excited to get a chance to fly it. I know I'm not gonna like love it, but I want to see what it's all about. And the wife agreed to give it a shot, which I'm surprised she said okay to that. All right, guys, it is it's noon. Let's spin this wheel. All right, guys, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and shuffle, and here we go. Good luck, everybody. Sorry, man, I got to talking and I totally lost track of time. Rob Logan Jr., and everybody else, but no way. Slow down. Oh. Oh, man. Toxic FPV, congratulations. I'll get a hold of you over there on Discord. Rob, brother, that's 2 weeks in a row. So close, man. So close. Oh, man. Sorry. JB said the goggles connect to the drone, not the pilot's goggles in audience mode, so V1 will not work. Interesting. Oh man, so close. You can hold on to it, E010. All right. So close, man. All right, guys. Congratulations to Toxic FPV for winning the sold stackaroonie. I'll hit you up over there on probably over on Discord. Rob Logan, sorry, man. You'll get it. You'll get it one of these days. You're getting closer. You're getting closer, man. It's kind of a tradition now. Either way, I do appreciate the support. If you are, I know I'm running out of time. Bardwell's probably on by now. If you're interested in getting on the giveaway for this guy, head over to Discord, not Discord, Patreon, tweetfv.com, and hit up the Discord, and I'll list this thing probably in a couple days, and we'll give that to one lucky winner. I've also got the sub 250 crate from FPV Crate, and we'll end up tearing apart these VRO2 goggles sometime in the next week or so. All right, folks. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I love doing this. This is the highlight of my week. It's getting to do the live streaming thing. But I know Bardwell's on, and I will let you all go. Have a good one, and I will see you all next weekend. Happy Easter, and get out and go fly, guys. All right.